Man, Kevin, it sure has been a long time since we've been here.
No one really asked for this, but screw it. I brought you back anyways to the channel.
Oh, that was your biggest mistake.
Well, here we're talking about what won't be the biggest mistake, because everyone talks about this. The upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list.
No, Kevin, the biggest mistake is this.
Puns. Anyways, so, for those of you who don't know, it's been quite a while since we've gotten a ban list.
5 months.
Yeah, and I think it's about time. Now, my personal theory is they're going to wait a week or two after Zodiacs are out, so that way Zodiacs can have a YCS or two at full power, and then just be gone forever. Do you think that too?
Probably.
Yeah. So I think that is a logical direction to see things going, but where do we go from that? That's what we're here to talk about. Some other potential ban list cards that you set up because I was too lazy to.
Okay, so first off, let's talk about the Dragon Rulers. A lot of people think that they should go back to 1.
Me.
I can see why. I mean, Dragon Rulers aren't as powerful as they once were. We have a lot more cards that can, like, counter them now. Though, if I feel the safest card out of the Dragon Rulers that could come back is Redox. Just because Tidal, obviously, you know, they'll be abused in Mermails. Tempest and Redox are probably the safest ones. Blaster, I mean, we have fucking, you know, Infernoids and a bunch of other fire-based decks like Metal Foes and stuff like that. But I feel Redox is the safest one that could ever come back.
I think they're all safe to come back to 1 because it's like, what would they do? They don't instantly make top tier decks top tier 3 decks tier 1. They just kind of help the decks out that are already doing good. Like, you could say Tidal will help Mermails. Mermails are doing just fine as is. Like, I just feel that there was no reason to ban them in the first place, and when they were at 1, they were able to help decks out. Like, they aided a lot of decks to really get good status. Gear with Redox, Fire Fist with Blaster. These were cards that really helped, and those decks took a big blow when they lost that one dragon who could really help them out. So I think just let them go at 1, and then never do anything with them after that.
I feel, if they bring them back to 1, should they hit the babies at all?
Yes, I say put the babies to 1, just because.
Alright. Okay. Massive spell removal. We need something. Feather Duster, a lot of my friends say that Feather Duster is the safer card that would come back just because it's like, you destroy everything your opponent has, whereas Heavy Storm you can combo with your own shit. I'm not really on the fence about that. I feel Heavy Storm was the kind of card where it's like, sure, you'll be activating it, like, usually when you have no cards on your field and just blow up your opponent, but these cards are, I feel, necessary evils just because it just shuts down overextending. You know what I mean? It's just like, cool, your opponent sets like a shit ton of cards. Cool, bye. Fuck you. You can't do anything now. But, I mean, it's been how long since Heavy Storm got banned? Like, 5 years?
Yeah, it's been gone a long time.
Like, we need some type... Sure, the game has slowed down where traps aren't as relevant, besides, like, Strike and, like, Warning and stuff like that, but, I mean, we still need some type of massive back row removal card.
Well, especially when you look at decks like your bloody ABCs, and especially the Paleozoics, that don't need to open up with a ton of their combo pieces. They can get into them fairly quickly. Is that they set a fuck ton of back row, and then you just lose because they just have answers for everything you do. And it's like, you need that option to be able to just free yourself of it. It's why all hero decks still make room for Mass Hero Acid, because it's that free Heavy Storm. So that's how I see it. They should we need one or the other, I think, would be fine.
Also, True Nate just can't come back.
No.
Gateway. As a 6 Sam player, or back when I played it in its prime, I love 6 Sams. So I have kind of a bias here. But, like, honestly, sure, I can compare it to the OCG where they have it card at 3, and I also think they have Shan at 3, and they're still not doing shit. Just because the OCG meta is so much different than us. But I feel if we put Gateway to 3 here, which probably will never happen for a long time, just because Konami hates the deck, it wouldn't do shit. Like, honestly. It'll just be like that one deck you see at a regional, or, like, I don't see it topping, like, what we have in the meta right now. Like, with how much the deck has been power creep to shit. So it's like, Gateway can go to 1 or 2. they're not just going to outright put it to 3. But 1 or 2 I feel would be fine. Just because it's like, just let the players just have Gateway at some point. Just to play 6 Sams at like semi-full power.
I hate 6 Sam, so my bias is in the opposite direction, but I still think this card could come back. Do kind of like what they're doing with wind-ups, where you sort of slowly bring it back. Like, put it to 1, see what happens. If it does nothing, put it to 2, see what happens. If it goes to 3, that kind of thing. Because, again, the TCG does have a history of abusing stuff, so I think it would be better to just see what happens. But, come on, like, no one cares anymore about 6 Sams, except the diehard 6 Sam fans who probably need it to make the deck somewhat viable these days.
Zenmaity is at 2, I believe, in the OCG. No,
yeah.
Wait, is it at 3?
I don't know.
What?
We're Americans. We don't care about foreigners.
Zenmaity. Oh my god, they have Zenmaity at 3. Okay.
And it's still not doing shit.
Wind up. What do they have in the OCG that's limited for wind ups? Okay, Hunter's Band.
Yeah.
And then everything else is at 3. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because with wind-ups, it was such an extensive combo. I just think it requires too much these days for what current Yu-Gi-Oh players here are used to. Like, we're so used to one cards like Union Hanger and shit like that, that a loop that requires that much will only interest wind-up fans. So I say all the wind-ups can come back. No one would care.
Okay. Imperial Order, Konami's never going to get this Imperial Order, even with the errata. Let's be completely honest here. It's like, are they even using it in the OCG?
Since it got unbanned, I don't think so. But don't forget, right now pendulums aren't huge there,
True.
And the card isn't that essential for beating Zodiacs because they only have the 1 spell anyways. But no, I think in pendulum dominant formats, if I'm correct, you can still put the cards in your scale. You just can't use their effects.
You get all spell. Yeah, it's spell effects. It doesn't. It's not like anti-spell.
It's not as cancerous as anti-spell.
See, okay, that's another thing. That's for another time. Judgment. If one of these come back, Judgment has to come back.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that will never happen. Like, they always exist at the same time, and rightfully so. Yeah. Everyone's complaint with Judgment is, like, you always have the fucking cost to play it. Well, sure! It's still a negation that's much needed. At least that's what I think.
Well, my thing with Judgment is it's a negation, but because the cost is so heavy, if your opponent's plan is to OTK you, it doesn't necessarily stop that. So I feel like it's a good card in the sense that you have to think about when is the right time to use it. Like Strikes. You can just activate Strike till you're blue in the face. It doesn't matter. If you have that one Judgment, and if you play it wrong, you could screw yourself over. I think that's more than enough of a fair reason for it to come back.
Exactly. On to one-ofs. Dark Destroyer. I want to see it to 2. It should never have gone to 1, I feel. Just because I'm biased. It's a Cosmo player. I felt Tin Cannon was much more needed.
Agreed. Or even Cosmo Town.
That's also true. Cosmo Town also should have gotten hit. But I feel Dark Destroyer, sure, it's like their boss monster, but it's just like Tin Cannon, Cosmo Town were much better hits, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Kieran is most likely going to get banned.
I think Kieran will stay at 1 and they'll hit Bambuku.
No. Bambuku. If you hit Bambuku, you hit all chance of fucking...
Magispectors?
There you go. Like, relevancy.
Good. Fuck Magispectors. Have you seen Ties of the Brethren?
Have you seen Kieran, though? It's arguably the best pendulum we have.
Oh, it is definitely the best pendulum we have.
And it's bullshit!
Yeah, but one of Pendulum's problems as a mechanic is you go all in, and a lot of times if you can't OTK your opponent that turn, you have no response. Kieran at least gives you some defensive options, as well as removal options that are simple and compact. I think Kieran should be at 1 forever, and Bambuku should get hit, because Bambuku is part of the reason Kieran is such a problem, because you essentially have 4 Kierans in the deck thanks to it. Plus, you can just keep using Bambuku to just totally, like, thin your deck out. I hate the fact that Bambuku can search itself out. If y'all couldn't figure it out, I hate Magispector.
If you could just get rid of Kieran, that whole problem goes away.
Yeah.
The only reason why Pendulum decks are playing Bambuku is because of Kieran.
Yeah, but the only reason Kieran is such a big problem is because you have the Bambuku to search it out.
Whatever. Raw Attack can go to 2.
Nobody cares.
Rescue Rabbit. I want double Rescue Rabbit just because dinosaurs are coming back. And, like, who fucking cares? Like, Dino Rabbit can come back for all we care. Sure, Logi as a card. Cool. Fucking who cares? Rabbit can go to 2. Book of Moon can go to 2. Bottoms can go to 2. Torrential and Compulse can go to 2.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
Half of these, I'm like, why are these still at 1?
Exactly. Terratop's gonna get banned.
Yeah.
Like, let's be completely real here.
It's a 1-card rank 3.
It's a 1-card rank 3. Every rank 3 deck abuses the shit out of it. Fucking don't Zodiacs play it too?
Yeah, for the first turn Invoker.
So it's just like Terratop is definitely getting banned.
Yeah.
You can also say Dante is probably not going to get limited though.
Mm-hmm.
Union Hanger needs to get banned, or not banned, puts to 1.
Put to 1, like just something to slow that deck down.
Because this is your main card that you always want in any ABC play, and it just opens the whole deck up to I can just make first turn ABC Buster Dragon as fast as I want. But Union Hanger, just put it to 1. It would slow the deck down. Fine. Terraforming, I don't think should get hit at all.
If it did, though, it would not shock me.
Yeah, it's true, but it's just like, I feel if you're gonna hit any field spell, hit Union Hanger. Terraforming is a card that is needed in a lot of other decks, and just hitting it wouldn't solve the whole problem.
They like hitting Pendulum decks preemptively, so if there's a meta shift and there's a worry that maybe some sort of Pendulum deck could come out, especially with the Magician stuff coming out in Maximum Crisis, they might hit it preemptively. I wouldn't want them to, but I could see it.
Tanky will probably get limited whenever we get that ban list. 2 cards that I feel would get hit in Metal Foes is either Bismugear or the Fusion. One of them is going to 1. Most likely Fusion would go to 1. Also, I feel like Mithrilium will also go to 1 at some point. But other than that, an indirect hit I feel would be a painful decision.
Yeah.
I think that's what...
I personally don't think Metal Foes Fusion would get hit
decision.
because they only play 1 anyways.
But if you ban Fusion, you kind of get rid of a problem there.
Then ban it. That's the only option.
Bismugear, I feel, is... but I feel Mithrilium going to 1, and then maybe doing some... I don't really know what else, but it's just like... Something has to happen with Metal Foes. Strike probably will go to 2.
I'd keep it at 3 just to keep traps relevant.
Yeah, but that's what every Solemn card does, though. It slowly goes down to 1 until it just gets completely banned for some reason. Anti-spell. Okay, so...
Better hurry it up. We have 2 minutes.
I am aware. Anti-spell, I feel, is a necessary evil. Though, I can see why a lot of people hate it. But, I mean, if we were in a fucking spell format, it would be fine. Like, the only reason why people are so pissed off at anti-spell is because we are in a format in which traps are irrelevant and spells win games. That is the only reason. The fact that you hate anti-spell is because your whole play is to play spell, special. That's the only reason why anti-spell is such a fucking card under discussion right now. That's the only fucking reason.
I think it is mainly, though, the Pendulum thing. Like, that is bad that if you're playing against a Pendulum deck and you use this card, they can't do anything unless you're playing, like, the Skullcrow Bat with the Radish Horse combo. But...
Or just set your fucking, Twin Twister MST.
Yeah. I'm saying I don't agree with the ban it hype, but I get it. Like, as someone who does play a spell-heavy deck, this card is annoying. But I don't think it should be banned, no.
It's also not unbeatable.
Yeah. I'd put it to 1 just because I believe all floodgates, not just specific ones, all floodgates should be at 1. Like, cards that say you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I think are unfair.
Toad will probably get put to 1.
I think they're banning it. And I'm a Toad hero player. It saddens me, but I just think there's no option at that point.
Okay. Nodin will probably get banned.
Probably stay at 1 forever.
You can come back to 1.
Yeah.
Please bring this to 1.
It doesn't matter. Put it back.
Freeline Nigga Construct! I want to play Shadalls. God damn it. I want to play Shadalls, Kevin. Shadalls!
I want my
Shadalls!
I want my Stratos.
Well, too bad.
We should get Stratos back first. You know, do a ban list where you put all the fan favorites back to 1. Be like, we know there's no point to this. Just do that, Konami. Do that one thing for me.
That's a ban list review.
Yep. Or discussion. This isn't a review. It hasn't happened yet.
So, tell us what you think in the comments below.
There is no wrong answer.
Yes, there is.
Well, yeah, if you want Necros to come back at full power, that's a wrong answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's all the time we got.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to me yell, as well as Kevin being wrong.
Hey.
So, this has been The Unknown Knight.
And no one remembers who that is anymore, so this has been me, Kevin.
Feels bad, man.
Bye.